Is the Bitcoin bottom finally in? Is it too late to be bearish? Can we finally expect some upside? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 9 reasons why I think that the Bitcoin bottom is in. And let me first tell you, a lot of people, they like to pretend that they know. I don't know. I only got good suspicions. I think the bottom is in, and I can show you why I think that. Make up your own mind. But there are not a lot of charts that show that the bottom isn't in yet. So if you know some good charts, some good, reasons, leave a comment. Also, subscribe to the channel. It's very new. Fomotion HQ. We're going to do a lot more on this. But let's dive into the charts because, reason number 1. Let's start with that. And you heard me saying this a lot. But that's the pi cycle bottom indicator. And the pi cycle bottom indicator just flashed 3 times. The first 2 times, 3 times. The first 2 times, it was accurate as hell. It was in 2015 that the pi cycle bottom indicator flashed, and it was at the bottom. A couple of months later, we had a quick fake out, but can we count that as, well, yeah, technically that's the bottom, but since that was really a fake out and we shot right back up, all right, let's forget about that part in that case, and for the rest, it is perfectly accurate, like perfectly accurate. The second time it went off was in 2018, 17 or 18, let me check, 18, and there it was also the bottom, and right after that we shot back up. Now in 2022 we got the indicator flashing for the 3rd time, which could indicate that this is the bottom. And of course there's always a first time for an indicator to be wrong, but the chances are more likely that it's not wrong than that it's wrong, right? So that's indicator number 1. Now I got a lot more, and the nice thing is that if you combine all these indicators, then it's getting really like coincidental, right? Coincidental, I don't know, I'm too Dutch for that. But I feel like, yeah, these are too many indicators showing that the bottom is actually in. By the way, if you agree, leave a like, subscribe to the channel would help me a lot. Smash that like button, notification bell to stay tuned. This is, like I said, I will probably introduce this channel, but only the high quality stuff right here, right? So the first one is the pi cycle bottom indicator. The second one is that we broke a very, very, very important trend line. As you can see right here, this diagonal line I draw from March 2022 all the way to now. So that's already 5 months that we were in a downtrend, and we broke this trend. So when we broke this trend, we can always come down, of course, and retest that level as support, but it's not resistance anymore. That's not necessarily saying that the bottom is in, but it's an extra push to that it indicates that things are turning more bullish again, right? We were in this downtrend for a long time. We tested it a lot. We got rejected a lot. That was a clear downtrend. And as long as we are in that downtrend, we can't say how long that will be going on, right? But since we broke it, something changed, right? Something really changed. And in that case, I feel like, okay, it wouldn't make sense for us to go like this straight line down again. That's not the case anymore, right? So again, a very bullish indicator. Third, this is something I would love. I love to see. We were waiting on it for a couple of weeks, and this is. I'm very happy with it. And that's that. If you zoom out a little bit, this is the weekly chart, right? This line, this colorful, beautiful line right here, is the 200 weekly moving average. We didn't go below this line a lot. We flashed a couple of times below it, but we got right back above it. So that's a really important line to hold. Now, the last couple of weeks, we broke below it. For like the first time in crypto's history, we were so far and so long below the 200 weekly moving average, which is not a good sign, of course. But we had such strong support at around $20,000, $19,000. The support there is really insane. And we broke back above it, and the previous week we broke back above it, but we closed below it. So that was like, oh fuck, that was really for the bulls. It was like slap in the face, right? But now we closed the week above it finally. So that's a really good sign, because now we can check if we can use this line as support again. And like, you know, basically all the time that we do in crypto, we bounce at that support level, and as the line goes up, you know, the price goes up as well. It's basically what happens all the time. So let's see what happens. Maybe it goes like, you know, this now. Would be very nice to see, of course. This one is a bonus, by the way, because I didn't prepare this one, but I just saw, and this is really something that's worth taking a look at. This is Bitcoin on Binance. And what, you know, stands out to me is that we have the highest volume monthly ever, and like by far, right? Look at this volume right here, which is absolutely insane. We had this volume right here, we shot back up, we shot up like crazy. We never had that much volume on Binance, buying volume. So that indicates that, you know, if we go back down, you know, we might shoot back down to 20 or 19K or whatever, but the buying pressure there is incredible, guys. It's like, you know, the bears try to slam it down and the bulls be like, no, fuck that, buy it up, buy it up, buy it up. So when I look at the volume, this is very motivating, and this is very, I don't know, this really excites me to see this. So volume is an important indicator, so keep that in mind. Now, something else. This is tip number, or reason number 4 or 5, I don't know, I lost count. But the news, you know, the macro environment is really important, because that's the counter argument of the stubborn bears, right? It's good to be a bear if things are bearish, but you know, if you are bearish like, you know, crypto capo or something like that, like everything is going up and you be like, nope, no, we'll come down, no, we'll come down. And in the meantime, you miss out on a lot of gains, then you should reconsider some things. But the counter argument of these bears is usually, yeah, but this time is different. You know, it's now we have this going on, this going on, this going on, and it's the macro environments, and it will all push it down. Well, if you take in consideration, yes, we have inflation, we have recession, we have war, we have COVID, we have Luna collapse, the 3AC collapse, we had Celsius collapse. What else do we have? We have the Mount Gox coming out coming months. Like, there's so much going on. But look where Bitcoin is. It's strong. Bitcoin is really, really, really strong. So I wonder, like, okay, what needs to happen in the world for us to go make a new low? Like, this was all news, panic news. But now we already know about the news. People are already panicked out. People are like, we already know what happened and what's going to happen. You know, so like, yeah, of course, there could be some unexpected events. But if all these things I just mentioned slam Bitcoin down, but we can go back up right here, then I really wonder what it takes for us to make a new low. Like, really a third world war has to come, or like really something really bad has to happen. But that's not something that someone can predict, right? So therefore, if you try to predict that there will be a new bottom, it will basically based on events that, you know, nobody knows that it's going to take place and what it is in the first place. So yeah, Bitcoin is very strong considering these things. Now we're going to take a look at some on-chain data as well, because that's what's exciting me most. But I want to show you something else on this chart. Sorry for the chart being all messy, but I can explain it pretty decently. So if we go to the weekly chart right here, right, and we take a look at the RSI. The RSI is an indicator if you know, if a treasury, a fund, a asset, sorry, is oversold or not, right? Now, Bitcoin has the lowest RSI that it ever had, right? So whether this is the bottom or not, like, if you didn't buy here because you thought it was going to get lower, that's just stupid, right? Because it's a really good indicator that it's just massively oversold. And there's nothing wrong with at least DCA in that case, in my opinion, but okay. But let's take a look at 2 other times that the RSI was around that low level, right? And again, it was never that low, but it came pretty close in the past. So let's take a look at the first time. And the first time was in 2015. And wouldn't you know, in 2015, when the RSI was that low, was exactly when we got the pi cycle bottom indicator. And when it crawled back up, Bitcoin didn't really go back up like crazy, but it was a slow and a steady climb, right? I mean, we went all the way down to, what was it, $170 or something like that. And this doesn't look like a lot, but when the RSI was really, starting to get on average again, the Bitcoin price was already double from what it was, right? So imagine nothing much has to be going on in the RSI for Bitcoin to do with 2x at least, right? And after that, we really saw the pump. By the way, these vertical lines are the Bitcoin halvings. So it's for another video. I will make a video saying like what my expectations for Bitcoin is and why I think it's such a good moment to buy right now. But the second time, sorry for being all over the place. Second time RSI was, near these lows. Let's take a look at that. When was that? Was here. Exactly here, right? When was that? Exactly at the second pi cycle bottom indicator. What happened after that? The RSI crawled a little back up. And what happened when the RSI got back up? The Bitcoin price first went a little sideways, slow and steady gains, and then as well exploded completely. And this is not even the complete explosion. You know what happened after that, right? If we zoom out, here we go. Now, these days, the RSI was here at the low. Wouldn't you know, pi cycle bottom indicator, and the price slowly starting to get back up. So what do I expect? Well, if we base it on the previous times, maybe a little sideways, slow and steady grow, somewhere around, 30K or something like that. And then later, going back up. That's my opinion on that. Let's go to the let's go to the next reason why I think the bottom is in. This is not really like the bottom is in, but like it's a good indicator, right? We have the 2 years moving average. The 2 years moving average is the green line, right? And every time we fall below the 2 years moving average, it is somewhere there is the bottom, yeah. So if we zoom in a little bit on where we are right now, we went below it, now we're going a little back up. So bottom, could be okay, but this is not really for the bottom, but I'm more saying like every time we went below the 2 years moving average, it was the best buying opportunity. We can't argue about that, right? Best buying opportunity, going back up. 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 Pretty likely, right? Now I want to go to this tweet. From Will Clemente. He says, Bitcoin has only been this far below its 200-day moving average a handful of times, just 2% of Bitcoin's existence, and each of which looked terrifying to buy at the moment, but terrifyingly obvious in hindsight. And that's completely true at the moment, and that's why there is so much panic going on, and that's why there are so many bears screaming for lower, lower, lower. It's one, it's panic, and two, it's like, I'll get back to that because that's another reason, basically. But let's take a look right here. In 2012, when we were there, was the complete bottom, was the best buying opportunity. 2015, the best buying opportunity. 2019, the best buying opportunity. And now we're here in 2022. It will be so like, it would be so weird and I don't know. I can't find the right words. I'm too Dutch for that. But if this is not again the bottom or the best buying opportunity, it will really surprise me. Like, it would take so many different charts to the trash can. Like, no, this one is wrong, that one is wrong, that one is wrong, that one is wrong. And like, you should never consider buying something based on one chart or one person or one thing. But there are too many different independent charts saying the exact bottom is in at the exact same place and time and level, right? That's something we can't ignore, right? The last tweet I want to show you, this one is really, really, really nice. This is from the Real Plan C. And he made this Confluence floor model 2.0, and he combined a couple of charts right here. So if we take a look at this, he combined let me go back. He combined the coin value days destroyed, the network cost basis, and the 4-year simple moving average. These charts he combined it and he put it in one chart. And this one chart, every time, you know, this red line is the bottom. When we touch it, we go back up. 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 And we never really revisit that place in the same cycle, right? So it looks like the bottom is also in if you combine more charts. And like I said, sentiment, it's not something you can really measure or anything. Maybe a little bit, but sentiment is so super important. I was in the previous bear market as well, and Bitcoin was declared dead. Everyone was like not even panicking anymore. It was like, they weren't talking a lot about it. And I notice it now as well. Like now that Bitcoin is going a little back up again, people are starting to talk a lot more in Telegram groups and being bullish and all that. But sentiment, guys, like in November when Bitcoin was 69K, everybody was longing and screaming 100K Bitcoin, me, myself included. I made that mistake as well. I'm guilty as hell, right? But it's so... like everybody was saying it goes higher, everybody was bullish. The other way around is the same. Now that we have seen probably the bottom, everybody is saying, short it, it's going to nuke, it's going to 10K, 6K, 4K. That's the same as screaming that it's going to 100 or 120K half a year ago. A bottom never feels like a bottom. Measure sentiment. It's really important, guys. That's it for now, guys. Subscribe to this channel. I'm going to do everything on this channel from now on. Only the high risk, high reward projects going to take place on Fomotion. The rest is going to be here. So want some high quality shit? Then Fomotion HQ is the place to be for you. I'm gonna delete these previous videos. I'm gonna have a fresh start. So, you know, subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell, leave a comment with your thoughts on it. What do you think? Have we seen the bottom? Have we not? Let me know, guys. Have a nice day. Trade safe. See you soon.